Hello students, we are doing the third chapter of history, effect of British rule on Indian population. The Halba revolt, which took place between 74 to 79, between 1774 to 79. This revolution began in 1774 in the leadership of Ajmer Singh. So he wanted to establish or start an independent empire in Dongar out of the kingship of the Raja of Bastar. So there was a Raja system. Then he wanted to have an independent system or the empire because the Britishers were doing a lot of revolts against them. Or no, sorry, they were doing revolts against Britishers, but always they were failing from that. So they wanted a independent empire in Dongar under the leadership of Ajmer Singh. He was supported by the Halba tribes and the soldiers. So Ajmer Singh was supported by the Halba tribes and the soldiers, what they had created among themselves against the British rule. So they were very cruelly crushed. So always they were taken up from their culturality or their livelihoodness and what is they were living in the jungles, and they were treated like slaves. So there was a great bloodshed, and only one Halba revolutionist um, could escape from death. So only there was a lot of fight, a lot of people died, Halba people, and all the soldiers were what is that defeated, and only one revolutionist was escaped from the death. So this revolt was against the Marathas, and when they won this or they captured this what is that their area. So after that, this next came the defeat from the Britishers. So Marathas were defeated by the Britishers, so they occupied that place again. The next one, the Paralkot Revolution. This was in the year 1825. The Paralkot Revolution was the result of the opposition of the Maratha and British soldiers. So Marathas also were very cruelly treating other tribes. They were occupying their places, and also from the other side, the Britishers also were doing the same. So sometimes this both the groups, Marathas and Britishers, they used to have fight against them, and they used to capture the places. So Gyan Singh was the leader of this group, of which Paralkot. Gyan Singh was the leader and of this group, and he was supported by the Abuj Madhis. Okay, Abuj Madhis is like other tribes, they are tribes, tribal people, so they were supported by this group. He was supported by Jen Singh. The revolutionist denied to pay the tax levied by the Maratha rulers and tried to get control over the range of Bastar. So he told that I will not pay tax, and he was against the Maratha rulers, and he was trying to uh, gain the what is that freedom from these people. The Tarapur revolt in 1842 between 54. This revolution took place, started by the local Devans. So Devans are like a leader, like a village leader, in opposition to the tax imposed by the Maratha and the Britishers and the English people. So they were thoroughly going from tribe to tribe and gaining control of every tribe, and uh, cruelly what is that taking the taxes. If they don't give, then they were just beaten, or they were just punished, or they were just looted all the fields and all. So they had nothing. So that's why this all the tribal people were revolting against Marathas and what is that Britishers. So to preserve their what is that preserve their culture and their environment, all we're doing for that, and the political anarchy, and to preserve the local culture, keeping away the interference of the people from outside. So they don't want any connection, any thing from the outside world. They just want to be happy. That's why they have no interference with other outside people. They want to be live their own culture in a very good way. But others were these two groups were disturbing them. So that's why they rose against this English and Marathas to revolt against them. The next one is the Maurya Revolt. So in 1842 to between 63, this revolt was mainly to oppose the rules of the government that hid the tribal beliefs. So they were telling a lot of beliefs in the previous, those who live in the jungle previous times in their culture. They had a lot of beliefs. They worship the trees, animals, and a lot of things like that. No, so in that way they were this Britishes, English, what is that, and Marathas, they brought up some different new rules. So it was against the beliefs of the tribals, so Maurya tribals. So the Maurya tribes continued this revolt for over 20 years in support of Narbhil. So Narbhil was also another group of people who were was supported by these people. So they also were revolted, but they were later they got failed from that. The next one is the revolt of 1857. So in 1857, what had happened? The kings of the South Bastar bravely faced the British soldiers. So Dhruva Rao was the member of the Dholar sub-tribe and the Madhyas and had to full support of the tribes. So this lot of tribes came in the support for the revolt against these people. So all the groups of these tribes, that is the revolt of 1857, the Khoi revolt, or this tribe, what is a Koa or Khoi we say, the tribes revolted the feelings of the Trek forest in 1859. The tribals revolted the feelings of the Trek forest in 1859. So this tribe, the Khoi tribe, had revolted against the Trek forests, who were doing a lot of businesses from this and earning profits, and the people of this tribe were getting nothing because it was their area, and without permission they were just taking everything. So Bhai Ramdev was the ruler of the Bastar at that time. So he used to rule in that time. The Zamindar of Bastar took a decision that feelings of the trek forest will not be allowed any cost. So they are telling that we will not pay any tax or anything for this trek foresting. So, but the Britishers sent guns, carries with a forest cutter. They had a lot of equipments for weapons with the what is that forest cutting machines and all. The tribes became angry and attacked the Porcheri. This revolt had a one slogan, so that was one head for one teak tree. So they had to pay, otherwise they will not be able, not will they will not give this tree. So that was the slogan. But they were telling the zamindars who took decision that there will be no cost given for this. But they were against them and they started attacking. As a result, the British rule turned down the treaties and put an end to the feelings of the tree. So they were a bit success in this and they went back from this tech tree forestation. The next one is the Mudiyar Revolt. So in the year 1876, in 18 it started in the Gopinath Kapardas, who was the leader of that Dewan of that was appointed the leader of the Basta at that time in 1867, and he began to exploit the tribes to a great extent. To oppose him as a tribal, they gathered and different regimes joined together and demanded the termination of the Diwan. Means they wanted to change this man, who was the leader of Mudia revolt, means that people. So there he was exploiting them, very different like he was a lot of connection with the Britishers, and he was taking money and just he was doing his own. So they wanted they opposed him and they wanted to change this termination of the Diwans. In 1876, they came against the ruler. In 1876, in Jagdalpur, the king was somehow saved by the English soldiers. So they were against and they revolted against this man. And so, fortunately, he was saved by the British soldiers. So he ran away from there. The next one is Bhumkal Revolt. in 1910. In Bhunkam revolt was the most extensive revolt that took 46 out of 84 regimes in its account. The major reasons were the tribes were constantly trying to preserve their forest resources and tribal culture, and they had in 1908, when the protected forest area was declared, that there was an restriction on the exploitation of forest resources, the tribal revolted against them. So in Bhongam revolt, what had happened, that the revolt took at least 46 out of 84 regimes from this account. Means a lot of regimes were built for this forestation, so cutting of trees and all. So they removed from this at least this many, so that now the deforestation was reduced a bit. The Bhumkals also played an important role in uniting the tribal against the torture of the police. So they were tortured means they were troubling. These police people were troubling these villagers, and they also were uh, supporting these other companies and all those who had come. So in that way, they were also against them. So the government had to keep in mind their demands when the new police were made. So another, when they opposed these policies, then another were appointed. So they had to keep their mind, and they had to see that what they had demanded. The decisions of the Britishers about not interfering the social and the cultural life of the Indians was a result of this revolt. So they had told that we will have no interference with other culture, other people, anything like that. Just we want to live our own life, leave it to us. So this was the revolt of the 1857. So the other things were in the reference to these pages. So this were the other. So this was the revolt of 1857. So the English exploited the Indian resources. So whatever the resources they were getting from the natural things, everything from the trees and all for this, mainly from the jungles. This English people had exploited all the resources. So their aim was to do production in industries and sell their products in the Indian market so that they can get maximum profit. So that was the main aim of these people. And this time, Dhaka, Krishnanagar, and Varanasi, Lucknow, Agra, Multan, Lahore, Surat, Bharuch, Ahmedabad, etc. were the main centers of the cloth industries. So Goa, Surat, and Malichpatanam, Chowgan, Dhaka were also the centers of the ship buildings, and the English needed raw materials from the industries in India and England. So keeping this in mind, a link of roads were built and also repaired to the different harbors in India. Establish of railways was the revolution in India. Development of resources of transport and communication made the people of the country come closer, and also they could understand each other's feelings too. So this later has to the feelings of nationality. In 1853 in India, telegram was started and the postal service improved. So slowly, gradually, a lot of changes happened after they had uh, started this company, and they had a lot of communication. After that, they got to know each other from other people everywhere. So they had a very easy communication with others, and also they started their industries in the different states, and that was a very a good outcome from this India. What is this tribal people? Today's communication sources can help us to develop the feelings of nationality. So today's communication, like today, how we are getting to know everything or what is happening in the government, because of the communications, we are having a very easy communications that we have these days in our technology. The effects on education. So before the establishment of company rule in India, the ancient system of education existed in India, in which subjects like Sanskrit, Arabic, Parsi, grammar, literature, theology, law, logic, astrology, etc. were taught. Government had given land for establishing the schools and maktabs. and what is that? British snatched these lands. So government had given the Indian government had given a lot of things to learn all the subjects in this schools. They had education system. So the British, when they came, they snatched these lands, and they what they did, they started new education institution. So their own education system they started. Among these new main were the four: history, law, Urdu, Western scientific studies. So they brought new subjects instead of all the Indian subjects that were made to know the Indian well. This education they changed all the subjects, and also had their place, and they had their own place. They built their own place, and they started this in 1835 with the advice of Macaulay. New education policy was established by British ruler according to the Charter Act in 1833 in India. In this system, the two main motto was study of English and farming of student psychology in favor of British rule. So that was not from Indian perspective, but from the British side they had to study in the rule of British. So people like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who was a social reformer, was in favor of this education, was in favor of this education system. He thought that with the new education system, Indian will know about new technology, freedom, equality, democracy, and so it was born to the national agitation. So the another Rajaram Mohan Roy, he thought that this is good. He thought this is good for the all Indian people only. So it will be we will be learning new things out of which we'll get more what is that development. So education system in Chhattisgarh. So what was that? According to Macaulay's education planning in 1864, a middle school was started in Raipur, where co-education system was there, and after 20 years it became a high school. So the Macaulay who started this school had built the first school in the Raipur. So there was a co-education system, and within 20 years there had very it developed a lot, and there was a high school. Today it is known as the Jay Narayan Pandey Multi-Purpose Higher Secondary School. So in 1882, Rajkumar College was established at Raipur, where princes of Indian kings came to study. Their examination used to be conducted from Delhi through Indian Council of Education (ICE). For higher education of common people, Chhattisgarh College was established in Raipur in 1938. So you can see the picture, the Pandey Multipurpose Higher Secondary School in Raipur. So this was very old school, which was still having in a good condition. So development of press in Indian newspaper in English, Bengali, and Hindi was published, which had a serve impact on the Indian people. Vernacular press was imposed by uh, Viceroy Linton in Indian Mirror. Amrita, Bazar, Pratika, Kesari, Maratha, Swadesh, Milan, Prabhakar, and Indu Prakash, etc. were published. So this was the people who awakened the national consequences. So because of this press, a lot of people were getting knowledge about what is happening everywhere, and they were just getting more what is that insights from the other areas that the our nation is in the development process. So this is the Rajkumar College. The development of the press in Chhattisgarh, so how it developed the press media. The Pandit Madhav Roy Sapre was the father of the journalism in Chhattisgarh in 1900. Journalism started with the Chhattisgarh Mitra, okay, and begins the first newspaper was published in Chhattisgarh in Pendra in 1889 to 90. Under this year, the so Rajanandgaon province also published a newspaper which was named as Paraja Hitashi. Other than this, Hindi Kesari and Chhattisgarh Vikas Uthan, Alok Mahakoshal Congress, Pratika, Ajkal, and Chhattisgarh Kesari were other important newspapers which was published. Through this newspaper, people were enlightened and had a better vision.